Last week at this time, I was standing on the deck with that beautiful lake behind me, and a friend of mine was handing me a cocktail. Now I am at home drinking a glass of water. That is my first Friday favorite. Not water, but my friend who hosts that every year has a fantastic lake home. More importantly, she is a fantastic host. She is such a good friend of mine, but I watch her out of the corner of my eye, how she entertains and what she does, and it is like effortless. I know they do a lot to get ready for that weekend, but you wouldn't know it. She's not a person that toots her own horn at all. She's been an incredible support to me and this whole thing. And when I got there in the guest room, there was a little present for me. So this is related to that host I'm talking about. Little tiny, she said I'm into dainty jewelry right now. And I'm like, little gold. She knows I love gold. She knows I'd love these. I love this. And I love her. So thank you. My second thing to talk about this week is, of course, our backyard and this pool. And there's more rebars and stuff in it today, and that's what has been happening today. Our pool company is Stanley. So for those of you in Jacksonville, and I've been so impressed. This is a family-run company. They've been around for years and years and years, and just want to give those guys a shout out because they have done such great work. I've loved working with the design person. I loved working with the planner. And so shout out to Liz, shout out to Kim, Mike, who is running the whole thing. I just really, and Greg too, there's a Greg there too. So I just want to say the people at Stanley have been awesome. And if you're thinking about a pool, say, I Pick Paint told me that, or Pam Sather told me that, because they will treat you very well. So that is number two. Number three is I was on a phone consult the other day, and I actually teared up during this consult because my client started crying in the middle of the consult, and you know who you are, and I'm going to share this because it was so sweet, but she's trying to get her house on the market. She's up in Georgia, trying to get her house on the market, and sent me pictures, which I always look over minutes before the call so that I can be fresh to look at what we're going to talk about. And she and her husband are starting to downsize, and you know that's what we did a while back. This subject comes up so much, especially in my age people. They've realized they don't need all that space, and they've got kids in college, and they've got lots of things to pay for, and they're going to downsize. Well, she had put her house on the market, and it was not selling. So she's asking me a very good question about, should I be painting the kitchen cabinet? Should I be painting in the master bath cabinets? And I could see in the picture there was something that we all have to deal with. And although I am not free, this advice will save you a ton of money. And I really had to address how you're going to get rid of extra stuff so your house is presentable to sell. Beautiful house. And I could see around the stuff, that's a beautiful house, and it's going to sell. So I know my realtor friends will appreciate this advice, but I handled it this way by saying, there's a way that I clean up my desk. My desk is a mess right now, I'm looking down at it. But there's a way that I clean my desk area that I also apply to rooms and homes, and especially if you're getting your house ready to sell. And I'm not going to go into that whole thing right now, because I will address that on another video, because I know I addressed clutter before, I addressed editing, but there's a simple way of doing it that you get a lot more done faster, and that's what she and her husband needed to do. As she realized it, she's like, she teared up and said, this is so great, you know, it was just a really great call. And you guys, when I inspire you, I get the nicest messages. When I inspire you to do something, it just motivates me even more to just share these tips. I'm giving you tips all the time, you know, it's free. That's free. And if you want me to look at your stuff individually, absolutely, hire me for an hour. But there's sometimes where my eyeballs are looking at something, I'm like, it's that that's slowing you down. And I can look and see it. It is hard to see when you're in your own home. It's nice to get an outside opinion on, you know, what can I do to make it better? What can I do to love where I live? What can I do to get my house sold on the market? And that third one, I know it's long, but it's important to just share with you, like, to be inspired to get it sold. So I'm going to address that next week, of just how to do that, how to simply do that, to clean up, to get out, to move on to your next thing. All right, next thing is, and I'm super excited about, tonight, Last Man Standing. For those of you who like Last Man Standing and Tim Allen, I will tell you, that is back on TV. Because of all these people writing in and saying, why did you cancel it? Why did you even cancel that? So those of you that are fans of Last Man Standing, I will be in my cozy clothes, sitting on my couch, enjoying that tonight. I am super excited about that. He'll be with me too. And I do have a makeup thing because I bought this right before I went up north. I shouldn't have thrown it away. I was using a little tiny, this like concealer makeup stick. It was like just color foundation. This tiny little thing I was using for years. I mean, it was, if my friend, the host I was just talking about, saw that, she looks at my makeup bag every once in a while, judges my makeup bag. But if she saw it, she'd be like, what is this doing in here? Like, how long have you had this since college? I mean, it was pretty bad. So I'm like, I'm going to treat myself to this little makeup stick that, so Sephora, I went to Sephora, asked the girl, she said, this is the really good one. It is Lancome Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. It's just thick like that. She said, the girl there said that some people use that as their makeup. Like I use it just to touch up little problem areas, you know. But it is clean, it is fresh, it blends easily when you use that little blender sponge. I just love it. So that is my beauty product. That is my Friday. I'm coming at you really late today. I had some stuff going on this morning. So have a great weekend, have a great Friday, and we'll see you next week. And I think Monday or Tuesday, they're gonna it gets inspected next. The pool gets inspected, and then they shoot the shotcrete. So that'll be our exciting thing with the pool next week. Have a fantastic weekend.